going on, everyone? The Los Angeles Lakers have been busy and active trying to find a trade to improve the roster for this upcoming season. The Utah Jazz seem like the most likely destination. There was even a report that, Bojan Bogdanovic is expected to be traded soon. And so far, based on Jazz reports, the Lakers seem like the only option. Now, that doesn't mean that he's going to go to the Lakers. He could go to another team. But Utah and the Lakers have been very active the last, couple weeks in regards to a trade. That's what all the reports have said. And one trade that the Lakers really would make a lot of sense to go and acquire is the original Pacers deal. It was a trade that many people, even myself included, really wanted that deal. Well, we got a new update and report in regards to the Pacer deal. This comes per Shams. I'm told the Lakers and Pacers did engage in some trade conversations this week, and the Pacers' demand for 2 unprotected first-round picks is just not appealing for the Lakers. NBA insider Shams reports on the Pacers' plans to keep Miles Turner into the season. So it looks like the Indiana Pacers are going to keep Miles Turner and Buddy Hield going into the season unless the Lakers want to give up both first-round picks. Now, here's the thing. Many people may think immediately, give up both first. Do that. Go do this trade. And we're going to break down that in a second. But the question is, did the Pacers really drop that significantly from their original trade demands? Because we also had a report a couple weeks ago that the original deal, because this isn't the first time that the Lakers and the Pacers have had a discussion for Miles Turner and Buddy Hield. They've had several during this offseason. But the talk was that they wanted both first-round picks, they wanted the Lakers to take on Daniel Tice, and they wanted Talen Horton-Tucker. So unless there's more to this than just the 2 first-round picks, or this is just kind of maybe a leverage play, just something that's thrown out there, kind of get fans to put pressure on them, something along those lines, it doesn't make sense. Now, maybe that means that they really did. Maybe they really did. Maybe they look at Utah as a legit threat, and they're like, well, Utah, they may get both first, and we would rather have both first, so let's go do the deal. Maybe that's what it is. But the Lakers have been very, very adamant about not giving up both first. And, of course, I want to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. But personally, I wouldn't trade both first. Now, if the Utah Jazz are just absolutely demanding 2 seconds, and let's say push came to shove and you had to choose between the two, I'd probably choose the Pacers deal if I had to give 2 first. But in reality, I just don't think the Utah deal nor this Pacers deal is worth both first. Buddy Hield is great and is going to be that sniper that the Lakers really could use, but he's very one-dimensional. And he's a liability on the defensive end. And our problem the last few years hasn't been scoring. We've been fine in the scoring department. Even last year, as terrible as we were, put up 114 points a game. We were just giving up like 118 a game to 120. That was our problem, was defense. So if Buddy Hield is in the game, we have to mask him with guys. And we just don't have big wing players to mask Buddy Hield on the defensive end. And that's a real concern that I would have. I'm not against, like, if the Lakers just magically acquired Buddy Hield today, I wouldn't be upset. I'm not going to be like, why did they do that? I'm just not as high on Buddy Hield as many people are. Now, Miles Turner, I think, would be a fantastic fit. And I think the added size, the shot blocking, I mean, good luck. I have talked about this Pacer deal on several occasions and how much I would love to see this happen. Imagine Dennis Schroeder and Patrick Beverley, your 2 little pit bulls, guarding the front door, and you have your big old bouncers on the back door, and then you have LeBron as the host of this club. Let's do it. Let's do that. I would love that. Good luck just trying to score anywhere inside the paint. And then as guards, opposing guards, you just have to deal with those 2 pests constantly. I think we would have a phenomenal defense if this were the case. Problem is, Miles Turner is very injury prone. I mean, he's been more injury prone than Anthony Davis, and he had season-ending injury last season. He's not a big, game changer. He's great at blocking shots. He's always been one of the top shot blockers in the league, but he's a 12 point and 7 rebound a night guy. That's not huge. I mean, don't get me wrong. The Lakers, if he could get you, 12 and 10 or 12 and 7 a game, that's great. I'm not saying it's not worth something. I'm just saying it's not worth what the Pacers believe it is. There's a reason nobody's banging on the door to go get Miles Turner and Buddy Hield, as great of a players as they are. Not just that, you have the flight risk of Miles Turner. Let's say things don't work out. Let's say, or just the Lakers just want to go a different direction, or Miles Turner wants to go a different direction. Somebody's offering more money. Like, he could just leave. And Miles Turner wants $20+ million a year for a contract for a guy that can't stay healthy, who hasn't really been healthy the last several seasons, isn't a real game-changing center. He can do a lot. He can shoot from the outside. He's a great three-point shooter for his size. He can block shots. He can score in multitude of ways. He's a great player, but he's not a guy that you build your team around. He's not a guy that's going to come in and immediately be, oh my God, the Lakers are an absolute contender. Like, I definitely think this makes them closer. I definitely think it makes them closer. I definitely think this is the best trade out of all the trades. But I don't think it's worth jeopardizing what could come tomorrow and the flexibility you'd have for the future. Because I don't think Miles Turner is worth $20 million. I don't think he's going to get that much money from anywhere, unless it's a team that they really want a center bad. I do think Miles Turner would be great at a good value. Like, if Miles Turner would take like $15 million a year, I think that would be great value. Lock him in for, 4 or 5 years. He's young enough to where him and Anthony Davis could be here for the long haul, even after LeBron James. And that's a pretty good, front court to build around. I just have my concerns about Buddy Hield. I have my concerns about Miles Turner. And for you to give up both first. Now, if it's a first, and like if the Pacers come back tomorrow and say, okay, fine, we'll give you a first, a pick, or we want a first, a pick swap, and like a second or 2 seconds or something like that to make up for the unprotected first, I would do that. But to give up both unprotected firsts for the reason everybody wants those picks is because they believe it's going to be lottery picks. Is Miles Turner worth a lottery pick? I don't think so. Is Buddy Hield worth a lottery pick? I don't think so. So if we're going on the assumption and looking at this the same way that the Pacers and the Jazz are, do you believe Buddy Hield and Miles Turner are worth lottery picks? Now, it's very likely the Lakers could be really good. Maybe they get some free agents and, the Lakers are a contender, in 2027 to 2029. Maybe that happens, and then these picks are worth nothing. And then in hindsight, it's like, they should have done that deal. But we don't know. And we don't know what tomorrow will bring, or at the trade deadline, or, a star all of a sudden wants out. Like, let's say a Bradley Beal. I'm not saying he will, but like, what if he does? What if he's like, you know what? I got my money. I'm eligible to be traded. I wrote it out here. Like, I want to be traded. And, the Lakers now don't have any way to try to acquire him. It's just, I don't think this deal is worth both unprotected first. I think the Lakers would be so good and so fun to watch. I don't know if they would be legit contenders, but I would like my chances with, again, Patrick Beverley, Dennis Schroeder, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Miles Turner. Let's do that. And Miles Turner could play the 4, which he's played a lot at, so you get the Anthony Davis insurance. I think it's a great idea. I would really like these two guys to be added to the Lakers. I really would. But Miles Turner's injury concern is a huge concern. I mean, he's been more fragile than Anthony Davis. So everybody that believes Anthony Davis is this frail glass player, then you should not want Miles Turner at all. Because now your two best bigs are both that way. There's still questions with Thomas Bryant. Is he going to be able to get back into the full swing of things? He was coming off of an injury. So it's like, do we really want all of our bigs to basically be fragile to the point where, and now we have no future flexibility, we have no nothing, and we got to re-sign Miles Turner. Because there's no way the Lakers giving up both first and taking on Miles Turner and not re-signing him, not extending him. And that means they got to extend him for probably $20 million. Otherwise, he's not going to take it. Is Miles Turner worth the $20 million? I don't think he is, given his stat line. Yes, his impact, the way he affects shots, stuff like that needs to be taken into account. But the fact that he can't stay on the court is a real concern. That's a real concern. So I don't think it's worth both first. But, those are my thoughts and opinions. And as always, I pass the question on you. Let me know yours down in the comment section below. What do you think? think the Lakers should do it? Do you think they shouldn't? The other thing is too that I should mention also, that deal is probably not going anywhere. So just because the Lakers don't want to do it right now doesn't mean they can't revisit it or change their minds. Like it makes no sense. You're better off seeing if the Utah Jazz cave and give up, we'll only take 1 first and a pick swap in a second or something like that, And now you have the Pacer deal as leverage for the Utah deal, where you could go like, hey, if you want both picks and they want both picks, I'd rather go with their deal and then trade both picks to them. So do you want to come down off of your 2 picks? And then maybe you could kind of use that as a leverage play. It's just something else that I want, people to keep in mind and just mention and reference, because that could be a real thing too. But I don't think this deal's going anywhere. It hasn't gone anywhere for the last 3 months. So I don't see it changing at all. So I'm not worried about the Lakers saying no to this right now. Those are just my thoughts. But anyway, I'd love to hear yours again. Let me know down in the comment section below. Quick little shameless plug, everyone. If you enjoy my videos and commentary here on this channel, As It Stands Lakers, then check out the link down in the description below and go subscribe to As It Stands. Believe it or not, As It Stands was the first channel. If it wasn't for that channel, this channel would never have existed. Because of the success of that channel, it led me to want to create this Lakers channel. So do me a huge solid. If you're not subscribed over there, go check that out. Go subscribe over there. I talk all things sports, all teams, things like that, not just the Lakers. So if you just enjoy my commentary and want to hear me talk about other things, or you just, are a fan of other sports and other teams, go check that out. I promise you will not be disappointed. That being said, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. Lets me know you enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, followed by the bell notification. Stay up to date with all things sports. Join this wonderful community and all of our discussions. I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you.